a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
All right, crank it up. Oh, overheard during the break, Doc Murphy. If only. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, boys.
I have a question on the 1010XL text line built by Lifetime Enclosures that screams at me to throw your way immediately. Can you ask Doc Kevin Murphy, that would be you, if he will be attending his 40-year high school reunion in 2 weeks?
Something tells me that's a no.
A fellow Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania high school class of 79 grad, he adds, Doc was a hell of a football player.
I get better and better the longer I'm away from it. But no, I was not planning on attending.
Okay, all right. So Doc will not be attending.
Apparently he didn't know Doc that well.
Yeah.
Maybe he did.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I can't picture Doc going to high school reunions, but
Yeah.
maybe.
They're out there, Doc. Your fans are out there. They love you.
If I live closer, I might.
Yeah.
All right, Doc, as best as you can guess, where's Jalen at with the back and the, I guess yesterday he was on the field but didn't really practice.
Well, limited,
Stood around, rode the
look,
bike.
he went to see a back specialist. I'm sure the back specialist, is, I'll let Doc, I don't know how to say it.
What would a
medically,
back specialist,
What do you get, an MRI?
Well, I would hope that,
Yeah.
that he's had an MRI
Yeah.
and to see if there's something structural damage, like a herniated disc or some impingement of a nerve root causing the pain. Beyond
Which
that,
I don't think there's any type of, impingements or anything, right? I mean,
what we haven't heard of
Yeah.
anything pending surgery or needing injections
Right.
to that like. So, generalized back pain, sure. I mean, he certainly could have that, but I'm sure a lot of guys are suffering with that as well.
If an NFL team's physician staff, they look at a guy, and then he has to go see. He goes to see a specialist. He comes back, and the specialist has the same diagnosis as the team's doctors did. Does that imply that there's nothing? Well, not nothing, but there's nothing seriously wrong. That almost sounds like. Did it go like this? Jalen, back hurts, team. I don't really see anything wrong. Go see a specialist. Come back, and then there is nothing serious. Is that?
Well, it goes a couple ways.
Okay.
So, the team physicians will look at him and say, this is what I think it is. And if they deem it necessary to send him to a spine specialist, they will.
Mm-hmm.
Or the agent and the player can choose to go to their own specialist outside the team. And then it comes back, the opinion will come back to the team, and then the team physicians will then decide when he's ready to play based on all those opinions. So, we don't have all the facts as
Right.
to what it is, but, barring any conversation about a herniated disc or something that needs an injection or needs surgery, like Tiger, then you're left with garden variety back pain that, there's not a whole lot you're going to do to make it all go away, but a lot of people play through that.
Is it customary to miss practice completely with that? If you go see a back specialist and they clear you don't have anything that needs, like you said, surgery or rehab or, other than, just your typical treatment,
Well, guys are limited practice a lot of times by pain and for various things, and a back can be one of them. So, give them the benefit of the doubt that his back hurts, and you say, well, we'll limit him in practice. But those are things that if you don't have something structural, that typically you're going to play with that so far as the game.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc, Giants and the Patriots play tonight. Giants will be missing Saquon Barkley. We've talked about him. Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram, Wayne Gallman, Lorenzo Carter. But the bigger question to me is, from a medical standpoint, and some of the players talked about this week, should they be playing professional football on Thursday nights when a lot of guys, it really takes 4 or 5 days to recover before they're ready to go again the following Sunday? We're talking, you play a game, and sometimes it's Sunday night, but you play, say, Sunday afternoon. Teams aren't really able to do a whole lot. You game plan, but you don't do really any practice whatsoever. Your game is Thursday. It's great for us, the fans, because we got football tonight. But is it long-term smart to do it?
Well,
medically.
Yeah, you'd have to look at statistics of whether there's more injuries produced by that, and I haven't seen that.
Right.
I'm certainly it creates more training room visits,
Right.
Because they're on a routine.
Right.
These guys, after Sunday they go through their routine. Monday they're in the training room and getting iced and so on, and getting stretched out the next couple days to prepare for the next week.
Mm-hmm.
And if you shorten that week and throw their routine off,
Right.
These guys are, oiled on the routine.
Right.
You change that, and bad things can happen.
And especially if you're traveling. That adds to it.
Sure does. Yeah.
If you're having to go to another city, that means Wednesday you're off to the next city, and it's just I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely is a concern, but I haven't seen it statistically be significant as far as injury reports.
I'm just wondering, and obviously the CBA is coming up. I don't know. The players will have a lot to pick from, and which battles they want to fight ultimately will determine. But I heard Matthew Slater of the Patriots come out this week, and the reason why I brought it up because he said, well, "Listen, it's probably not smart to be playing on Thursday nights. Our bodies sometimes it takes guys until Friday just to recover from the previous."
Well,
it's analytics too. I mean, everything's analytics now.
That's
so
true.
look at it,
Yeah.
look at data, and then you can make a comment to say,
They've
well,
had enough
are there
now.
more? There's been plenty of data to look
Going
at.
for 20
Is
years
there more
we've been playing
injuries
on
or there
Thursday.
isn't? And I haven't seen anything to support medical decision making.
Yeah. I'd be curious to
Well, the
see.
players are going to have to be shown another piece of paper, and that's the one that includes the salary they make and the $1 billion Thursday night TV deal that's playing those salaries. So
they'll say, throw us a few more crumbs of that big
yeah,
old pie that
and
you
they
got
might,
there.
and they might. There's
Yeah.
going to be some schedule change, whether it's 17 games or how you set it up, and that sure, money talks. That's going to. I find it curious though that now all of a sudden it's unbearable. I mean, they've always complained a little, but now every week it's dumb to play. We've been playing Thursday football for a lot of years, 30 years.
CBA's coming up. It's
Yeah,
a good time
correct.
to start doing it.
And you know what?
Business.
There may be from the unions that start dropping in how we don't like Thursday nights. I mean, that's plausible.
I would suggest to you, Mike Pouncey is the center for the Chargers. I think it's Mike. Yeah.
It is.
And he's had neck surgeries on IR. Offensive lineman, neck. That's not just season ending. That could be career ending.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Those guys are getting their neck pulled back a lot.
Yeah.
So significant stress on their neck, the way they're positioned.
Uh-huh.
So it's like rugby, they're
Right.
down there. Those guys get a lot of neck injuries.
Right.
Just their head being hyperextended a lot.
Right.
So it's certainly concerning.
There are concussions and there are concussions, and your guy, your quarterback, backup quarterback, that was a frightening one to me, because whether it's taking the face mask off, looking at the reality of seeing a guy who doesn't know where he is, eyes glazed, that was a little scary watching that one.
Well,
It would be, and let me say this, medically, and I know you're going to tell me if you're cleared, you're cleared. It would be a bad look for the NFL to let that kid play Sunday.
Well, the worst look was the way they took him off the field.
Well, that was bad.
So
I'm
tell us glad you got into that because
Yeah.
I was aghast.
I
was
bet. What are we
like-
talking
I
about,
was
Mason
watching
Rudolph?
that.
Yes.
Them get him off the field. It looked like 1970 Terry Bradshaw move
Right.
where there are two guys, him unconscious and two guys dragging him off the field. That was horrific.
All right.
The guy whose
Horrific.
job it is to check the battery, he must have gotten fired.
Well, the cart wasn't working clearly.
Right.
Obvious. That who cares?
Right.
There's
Put him on a stretcher and
six
carry
men.
him?
Yeah, 6 men on a board, and you carry him off the field.
Right.
That was horrific to watch. The
How
guy
does that
was
happen?
the guy postured when we say that medically.
Yes.
When you saw his hand, it just kind of was in one of these weird positions.
Right.
When he was going down, he was unconscious before he hit the ground.
Okay.
His head smacked off the turf.
Right.
You don't know at that point. He's unconscious on the field. You don't know if he broke his neck.
Right.
That's certainly a concern. That's why you go through those steps. You
Right.
take his face mask off so you can get to his
And
airway to make sure he's breathing.
That's standard operating procedure, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
On an unconscious guy, you take the face mask. Those things are quick off thing. You have
Right,
a couple
right,
of screwdrivers
right.
and boom, boom, the face mask is off so you can get to his airway.
Mm-hmm.
You leave the helmet on because you have shoulder pads on. If you lay him flat on his back with his shoulder pads on, take his helmet off, his head hyperextends,
Right.
and you can risk injuring his neck.
Gotcha.
Those are all things that are standard deals.
Right.
You put him on a board, you tape him to the board, you get him off the field, you get him to the hospital or get an x-ray of his neck before you unload him. For them to lift him up,
Right.
him dazed, and take him off the field like a drunk or
Right.
a boxer that just got knocked
look.
out was horrible.
Definitely
That's
a
bad look. And
Yeah.
Jim Bradley is a well-respected guy, their head guy.
Uh-huh.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that hasn't been just blasted because
Yeah.
that was an awful look.
Yeah, it did escape.
That's a good point.
But to your point, coming
Yes.
back from that,
Yeah.
there is varying degrees of concussions, but it's
Right.
all based on your recovery. So
Right.
if he's clear
Yeah.
the day after,
Right.
no issues, he goes through the tests and his memory is normal, then you start the clock on
Right.
the recovery, and it could be a 5-day return.
Yeah, he was back on the practice field yesterday, not practicing, but he was out there in a limited role.
Yeah, so he's like phase 3 of that. 2 more days, he may be able to play.
Jeez. That's just
Doc, I don't know if I've ever been more surprised. Well, I mean, I'm sure we've seen it more than once, but seeing a player suffer an injury, the reaction, the immediacy, and then how quickly he returned. And that's Kyle Trask, in Gainesville. And is this kid just so I'm refused to leave this lineup? So what? I mean, obviously he didn't tear those knee ligaments; he wouldn't be playing. But
he said he
it
heard
sure looked
something
like
pop. That's why he was so.
Yeah, well, when I saw it, I texted
Yeah,
you.
you
said-
What
thought
did he
it
hear
was-
pop, Doc? What happened? Did he heard something pop and he's still playing?
It went this
well,
way, right?
his knee looked like it went. He got
Yeah.
kind of a clipping injury.
Yeah.
So when that happens, your knee goes to the inside.
Right.
You'll injure the MCL, the medial collateral.
Okay.
And many times the ACL goes at the same time.
Okay.
It's a very common thing. Now, the pop generally is one of those ligaments popping. More likely, the ACL is the one you hear.
Right.
We ask him, did you hear or feel a pop?
Yeah.
Well, your ACL probably, you examine it, your ACL is probably torn.
His is an ACL, obviously.
Apparently not.
Right.
But his reaction, the whole thing, to
Right.
me, that was, boy, I think he tore his ACL.
That's
Sure.
what I thought too, because of his reaction.
Correct.
And you could tell.
His reaction was more of frustration,
Yeah.
he said later, because he, here he is finally getting his
Right.
chance. And,
Right, but he felt something bad.
But he did say he felt something pop.
So with that, he came out with a brace. You suspected it was just an MCL.
Yeah.
Still.
So he goes into the trainer's room.
They just make sure he doesn't have a torn ACL. Is that
What do
they're
they
doing?
do? Do they X-ray? They don't have MRI. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
they did an MRI,
Okay.
but they may have X-rayed him.
Okay.
But they certainly examined him a little closer
Right.
to see if his ACL was okay and if he had a complete MCL tear.
Right.
Had he had a complete MCL tear, boy, you put him at risk to
Shouldn't
put him
put him
roll back out there.
Yeah.
So I would
Do
assume.
they know now if
Well,
he
they
had
say
one?
he feels
Well,
good.
he's had an MRI now,
Yeah.
so we know what he has.
Yeah.
Or they know, we
Yeah.
don't. But
Yeah.
they don't have to tell us.
Right.
But that's presumably he did not have a complete ligament tear,
Okay.
which is great. But
So sprained MCL most likely is what we're
right.
dealing
So
with.
it's a grade 1-2 MCL.
Right.
It's certainly a brace, and
As
participation.
he came back and moved, you could see him wince a couple of times, but he moved around. He wasn't.
I was surprised at that
Yeah.
as well because it
I was too.
looked worse than that, and for him to be out there, particularly running around and throwing him a pass,
Yeah.
seemed
If
a
player,
little bit.
if
uh,
a player
Running it up
wants,
the middle at the end.
what are we doing here?
if a player wants to do that, though, you allow him,
Well,
and
hey,
then you
if
just
the-
watch for if he's slower than he
As a
thinks.
coach,
he's
and I've
being.
said this before, I take that off the coach because
Yeah.
that's if the medical doctor says he's
Right.
clear to play,
Right.
then he's clear to play. He's not clear to play only this certain plays.
Right.
He's clear to play. You
Right.
put him out there, put him at risk, then you're saying he's okay, and the risk to him is minimal for further injury.
If it's
and
great-
the coach, then hey, play him.
Is it if it's sprained? Is it have a slight tear or not necessarily?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. It has a slight tear. It's not torn through.
Will that heal on its own, or do you have to get it fixed eventually?
The MCLs heal by themselves
They heal by
almost
themselves.
always.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we think that's kind of like what Gardner Minshew went through a little bit, right?
That's what we presume.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
So he was talking yesterday at his press conference about his knee, and he said, he got used to the brace. He's not sure if he's going to keep wearing it or not. What's the point of wearing the brace? Like when can you tell if a sprained MCL, which has a slight tear, is all the way healed or?
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and timing-wise, if it's a grade 1 where
Yeah.
you minimal 3 weeks, the thing's
3
pretty
weeks,
well
okay.
on its way. You may even do PRP injections to speed that along. But
Right.
a brace is sufficient. It gives the player a little feel of support, and it does give him actually some physical support
Mm-hmm.
to his knee.
We should say, Pierce probably won't play this week. He just got clocked.
Oh,
He's in the
There's
concussion.
another knockout. The running back from
Concussion
Florida
and-
went up the middle, and the guy hit him with the
Protocol.
helmet.
So again, he was out too.
He was out.
Fumbled the ball. 'cause
Yeah,
he
he
lost
was
consciousness.
correct. He
Yeah.
lost
Yeah.
it while he was still on his feet.
Yeah.
The ball came out.
Now for him, he popped right up.
Right.
And he wasn't laying
then
on the
they
field
realized-
unconscious,
Yeah.
but they realized he had
His teammates realized
Yeah.
he was headed
He
the
was-
wrong way. And
yeah.
like, hey, oh.
Yeah, you realize he had a concussion,
Yeah.
but not to the severity that he was unconscious,
Correct.
Right.
laying on the field that you need to protect
Like
his
Rudolph,
spine and
yeah.
so forth, like Rudolph. Little different
point.
scenario.
Blackman has MCL, right? Isn't that his injury? James Blackman?
Yes, he's back and starting.
He's
obviously,
starting, but, he did that, a month ago, 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks
so.
now.
Yeah,
so,
MCLs
yeah.
are pretty recoverable. You put a brace on them 3 weeks, and
So we'll wrap it up with this, but we have guys who have sprained MCLs who then don't play, though, right?
well, if you have a complete, the grade 3
Okay.
where it's completely torn, you
Right.
have some significant opening there.
Okay.
A little different where when they plant and turn, the knee feels like it's gapping open.
Okay.
Those take a little longer to heal.
Okay.
Truly to heal, that's more like a 3-month thing.
All right. Did you go to the Bartram Trail Ponte Vedra game last week?
I didn't get there.
Okay. It was a
Barn burner.
heck of a game.
Yeah,
So I was
they
curious if
they
you-
burned down a barn. I
yeah.
saw them.
Yeah, they did.
All right.
I think it was a she shed, but I'm not sure.
They burned down my she shed. Just get a shear, she shed. He's Doc Kevin Murphy. Puts up with us every Thursday
Bumps
morning.
and Bruises Clinic, Doc.
Offering
Yes,
his
sir.
insight. And jacksportsdoc.com and Southeast Orthopedic Specialists because they're just too big for one name. Doc, appreciate it. See you next week.
Thank you, boys.
The 1010XL studios are kept clean by Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
The Dolphins welcome the Eagles of Morehead State in the DB Milne Field this Saturday for Military Appreciation Day. This is JU head football coach Ian Shield. All active and retired military and their families get in for free. The game can also be heard right here on 1010XL. Kickoff at 1 p.m.
Brought to you by BSN Sports.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important things we can have and sometimes the most elusive. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Driving our Florida streets may be pleasant, but not always safe. A lot of drivers are not insured or do not have coverage to compensate you if you've been injured in an accident. If you've been involved in an accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Office in Jacksonville. Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to one commercial today, listen to this one.
Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are doing it again. This year, we will recognize 12 local heroes in our community and honor them with a brand new vehicle. 12 heroes will be getting 12 new vehicles. Nominate a law enforcement officer, firefighter, EMT, nurse, teacher, veteran, and new this year, your local WOW hero. Head to localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
Did you hear? The last 2 years, the Jaguars returned a punt for a touchdown, earning local families $100,000 towards a Dreamfinders home. Lauren Brooks here, letting you know that could be you this season. Visit any Dreamfinders homes model and register to win the Take It to the House promotion for your chance at scoring $100,000 towards your Dreamfinders home. Dreamfinders Homes, homes built to fit your lifestyle.
This is the Mangler. By now you've heard my commercial for Advanced Disposal on our need for CDL drivers. As a result, we've added some good drivers to our team. However, we still have some positions to fill. We're looking for CDL drivers in Northeast Florida, especially in Clay County, St. Johns County, and yes, Duval! Come be a starter on our team. Earn a solid wage and get full benefits. Head to our website, advanceddisposal.com/careers, and get signed up today. That's advanceddisposal.com/careers.
Equal opportunity employer.
Are you looking for a company to take care of all your truck and van fleet needs? It's Catlin. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from ladder racks to laptop stands, van shelving, strobe lights, and seat covers, from the cam locker toolbox to Lear truck caps. At Catlin, we can take care of all your fleet needs. We don't sell trucks, but we outfit them every day. Quality counts at Catlin for 100 years.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
Word is out that Mavis Discount Tire has a huge selection of brand name tires at discount prices. But did you know that Mavis is also home to the $99 brake special? That's right, Mavis Discount Tire also offers discounted prices on brake services. Have front or rear premium quality Wagner brake pads installed for only $99.99. Yes, new brakes for $99.99, including labor. Come in today and save. Offer applies to most cars. Other fees may apply.
Pet Paradise is a comprehensive pet care provider offering boarding, day camp, grooming, and veterinary services. Pet Paradise has state-of-the-art resorts that offer safe, clean, and fun environment for four-legged guests and peace of mind for their owners. Pet Paradise has 5 North Florida locations, including one at the Jacksonville Airport. It's open 24/7. Visit them today, petparadise.com. Pet Paradise is the official pet service provider for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey Jacksonville, Safety Tom here with Remedy Staffing. With the heat blazing, it's time to break out the cold water, fruits, and veggies. Put away the large hot meals for lunch, and grab some shade in a nice cool area during breaks at work. If you're new to the job, pace yourself. This goes for at home as well. Long days at the beach, kids' sporting events, doing work around the house. Keep the water flowing for you and your family. And remember, don't wait until you're thirsty. Drink plenty, early, and often. These are just a few simple tips for staying cool and hydrated from Remedy Staffing.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Zips Express Car Wash is celebrating their new always free, super powerful vacuum systems at all 7 Jacksonville locations. These things really suck. So Zips is rolling back prices in grand opening style. Come in today and get unlimited monthly washes starting at just $9.99 per month. New members, visit our Southside location and get started for only $1. That's right, $1 for 30 days of unlimited washes and as low as $9.95 per month after that, only at Zips Car Wash.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Best Bet. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. Jalen Ramsey did return to practice yesterday, although he was limited and remains on the Jaguars injury report. Calais Campbell and Brandon Linder both missed practice for non-injury related reasons. And Gardner Minshew, who had issues last week with his knee, has yet to appear on the injury report for this week. Minshew faces backup quarterback Teddy Bridgewater this weekend as the Saints come to town, and Gardner talked about whether he will continue to wear his brace.
I don't know. It's something we've kind of talked about. It didn't really bother me the other day, so maybe something I do. A bunch of guys do it on that plant leg, so we'll see how it goes.
Visit Jaguars.com for more from Minshew. It's 74 degrees at 8:01. Time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller. Stay tuned for more of The Drill next on 1010XL.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Rendon in the air to left. Taylor goes back to the wall, and it's gone! In the air to deep right center field, and there she goes! We are tied! This is deep to center field. Bellinger's back. It's a grand slam. Howie Kendrick with a 10th inning grand slam to
Pretty impressive stuff by the Washington Nationals. Look, you're trailing in Game 5, 3-1, on the road, and you're hanging in there, and then your two best guys go bang, bang, tie it up, and then you still, though, the Dodgers have opportunities to, in the 8th and the 9th, and don't get it done, and you break through and hit a grand slam and bury them, and the Dodgers are done again. So I think that, with all due respect to the meltdown, which is something we've never seen, that is, to me, the big story. Now, if the Rays beat the Astros tonight, that will be another. I didn't think all 4 of the best teams were going to get in, but I didn't think 3 of them might not get into the League Championship Series.
Well, obviously, you just need the Astros to win. At least you get the Huckleberry Hundo, since I couldn't bring you 100 from the poker tournament.
Yeah.
I played okay, though. I made to 15th place. Big Surse was still around when I left.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was fun. We had a good time, and it went pretty quick, actually. It wasn't too bad. I was probably home by 11. I don't know for sure. Something like that. Listen, the story is this. The Los Angeles Dodgers are bigger chokers than the Braves, and that's saying a lot. Dan, this isn't some good season. These guys are winning 100 games every year.
The
Washington
the window's closing on the
Dodgers led the National League, maybe even Major League Baseball in ERA.
Yeah.
And they led the National League in home runs. You were the best hitting and best pitching team in the National League, and you just lost at home to the wild card team.
They won 106.
106. I think it might be a Dodger. Could that be a Dodgers record?
Yes, it could be.
I think it might be the Dodgers' record in L.A. I mean,
it definitely is in L.A.
You've come off of 2 back-to-back tough World Series losses. This was going to be your year. And maybe we just don't care about the managerial decisions in the regular season like we do in the postseason.
Right.
But, man, they jump out at you as, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Dave Roberts, what are you doing?
This one will be on Roberts. How long has Roberts been there now?
A while.
He hasn't been there for all 7 of these debacles, right? They lost the NLCS, the LDS, NLCS, World Series, LDS. You wonder if...
Listen, I can tell you from that run when the Braves were on that run, you stop believing.
Right.
You just wait you just wait for it to go wrong. Right.
Roberts has managed the last 4. Before that, it was Donnie Baseball.
Right. Well, I like Donnie Baseball.
Yeah, he had 3 straight losses, and then they let him go, and Roberts came in, and he's had the last 4.
Yeah, and he's won at a 605 clip in the regular season and a 532 clip, 25-22 now in the postseason. So, I don't know. That's a tough deal, man. It's just, and I'm watching them last night, and I'm watching and they got last year. It was again a what are you doing when they sat Bellinger on the bench.
See, I don't remember him doing that. That's amazing.
They're all in that righty lefty crap, and then this year, but they turn out these kids every year, man. I mean, Muncy now for 2 years has been clutch in the postseason, and they got the catcher last night. What's his name? Smith. Will Smith.
Will Smith. Yeah.
Is it Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of L.A.?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hit one that almost was a walk-off game winner in the 8th or 9th.
Went to the wall.
Yeah, it must have been the 9th.
It was the 9th.
Yeah. It's a huge
there's so many
disaster.
There's so many numbers that just scream Dodgers, you're the worst for losing this series. Dodgers had the best run differential in the National League, 273 run differential. By the way, it's 124 runs better than the Nationals. It's the 4th highest single-season run differential for a team in MLB history that failed to win a postseason series.
There's no written formula for success in the postseason because we've seen it on both sides so many times now. The Dodgers were great, but I thought they were great, really great, April, May, June this time. Usually they linger and then they take off. They didn't do that. This time
they kept playing good even after they clinched.
Kept playing good, but
they won 106 games.
Yeah.
They never hit a lull.
Yeah, but they were way
Here's what happened. They have so much talent, Dan. They can sit starters, and their guys come in that,
there's something to be said for the Nats, who were 19-31 at one point and had to be gritty and gutty all season and battle through, and games mattered. And so here they are. They're about to lose to the Brewers. They're down 3-1 to the Brewers.
Was it 3-1?
Same score, right?
Oh, 3-1 score.
Yeah, one game. Just one game. Yeah. But they're about to lose a wild card to the Brewers.
Oh, the Nats. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've never.
Yeah, they scored
and
late.
They've never won a series.
Right.
And so they took you get credit.
It was a battle of the choking franchises. The Nats had never won a series, and the Dodgers do this every year.
Yeah.
It really was. I mean, the two baseball teams
and the difference is there's no in the NFL when the Patriots have all this success, that means everybody has bad postseasons. There's no dominant dynasty team right now, right? So there's no excuse for the Dodgers to do what they've done over these last 7 years, and now still chasing since 1988, and somebody's got to be to blame, and you wonder how that's going to shake out. But you feel bad for Kershaw because he's meant so much to the organization. But I put that more on Roberts. He struck the guy out. Get him out of the game, man.
The Braves obviously they continue that streak that we have been talking about. That's now 10 straight postseason appearances without a win. In fact,
which I didn't even know about because it's been spread out. But I guess since 2001.
They won one in 2001, and then they lost. Yeah.
And then they started in 2001.
Yeah. So since 2001, which would be, 18 years, would you like to tell me the longest active draft? Pop quiz music, please.
Oh.
You could take the Nats out. They won a postseason series for the first time since the 81
Mariners.
NLDS. So I need the 5 teams with the longest droughts of winning a series
A playoff
The Mariners
series.
are tied with the Braves. Last time they won, 2001 ALDS.
Postseason series.
So they won, but so they might have gotten in.
You could have lost the LCS. You won a series, though. That's
Yes.
like the Braves that year won a series. So did the
Beef,
Mariners.
when did the now could it be not in the playoffs for what's the? Tell me the question again.
Longest active drought without winning a postseason series.
Okay, so maybe they didn't.
Either you miss the playoffs or you go to the playoffs every
Yeah.
year, but you lose every year.
Like when have the Padres been to the playoffs, Beef?
Boy, it's been. I think the last time they won a playoff series was like '98 when they went to the World
Yeah,
Series.
let's go with the Pods.
That's correct. They're next. 1998 NLCS. The last time they won, they lost the World Series that year to the Yankees.
All right, let's see. How about
beat the Braves
What
that
about
year,
the?
of course.
Did the Pirates beat the Cubs in the playoffs?
No.
Didn't you play?
No, they played like a wild card game. But
The Pirates have slipped in a couple times, but I'm trying to think.
I don't
if
think
they
they've won a series though.
Let's hold off on them.
I was gonna ask Dan, what about have the D-Bags won a series? Since they won that World Series in 01.
That's a good one too.
Did I pronounce that correctly, D-Bags?
No, I think you missed that. What about the Fish?
Well, the Fish won the World Series in 03.
Yeah. Have they won one since?
I don't know if they've won one since, but I don't know if it hits like the longest drought mark.
Well, 01.
You have the three shortest there's three that are longer. Well, actually, yeah, two that are longer because
There are two that are longer?
Nats/Expos.
Than
Right.
01?
Well, the Padres were 98.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's two that are longer than the Padres.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What about the Pirates?
The Pirates have the longest drought. The 1979 World Series, the last time they won a series.
That's a deep burn.
Sorry, Frank.
You forget that while they were good there in the early 90s, you were straight to the LCS
Yeah.
then. So they didn't win a series.
Yeah.
The Braves beat them
That
2 years in a
hurts.
row. 1979, well, it's only 40 years. It's only,
What about
it's only
Hick,
most of his life.
Again, I'm just guessing. Have the Reds won a postseason series since winning the World Series in 1990?
It's another good one, dude.
I don't think they
The
have.
answer to that question is yes, they have won since then. I'm not saying whether or not that is
Yeah.
the answer, but yeah, the Reds have won series because I know the
they
Braves
might have gotten some in the
Braves
90s,
beat
I
the
don't-
Reds in an LCS sometime in the 90s.
Yeah, but that's still the 90s.
Who
But
beat the
that's-
Reds?
The Braves beat them in the
Yeah.
Oh,
LCS
yeah,
one
like
year.
one of those like early to mid 90s.
Yeah.
Windows.
So I don't know if that's the correct answer or not, but I'm just saying they have since.
I think the Orioles have won some, even though they've been so bad lately.
Yeah, because didn't they go to an LCS one
Yeah.
year?
the Orioles, I think, won one in this
Yeah,
decade.
recently,
even.
yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like recently, they went to like an
playoff
LCS,
series,
like
yes.
bizarrely.
What about, no, the White Sox won the 05?
05 World Series.
All right. What about
The last series win for this
how many
team-
are we missing? Two?
Just one.
Oh, just one?
The last series win for this team was 1995.
Oh, how about the Twins?
I was gonna say the Twins might be a good strong pick.
Twins.
It's the Reds. You had it.
Oh.
1995, the NLDS. They ended up losing to the Braves in the LCS, and then the Braves stopped winning any postseason series
I mean,
of their
that
own.
stinks for fans, man.
That's too long.
That's why I hate looking up this my National League fandom. I hate looking up, though. I will say this, and seeing, and I thought it was going to be the Cards and the Dodgers at one point, so at least the Nats are in. But the Nats are good, have been good for a lot of years too now. I like to see different teams get in there. I like the Mets,
sure.
like the Mets.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them get in there.
I'd like to see the Braves actually win a series for the first time since 01. Are the New England Patriots going to be able to pick their score tonight, man? The
Yeah.
Patriots, I don't want to say that the Patriots' schedule should have come in a marshmallow container.
Yeah.
But my God, they're 14 to 17 point favorites every game. How hard is your schedule in the NFL if you're a 2-touchdown favorite every week?
Well,
and the Giants, by the way, have no Saquon Barkley.
I know.
Barkley. They have no Wayne Gallman.
Yeah.
They have no Sterling Shepard. They have no Evan Ingram. They have no chance. Also, throw that one in there. None.
Yeah, they have no chance.
That's tonight. This is the big Thursday. This is what you risk life and limb for. This matchup tonight.
Well, listen, the Patriots, it'll get a little tougher next week. They have to go to the Jets.
Right? See what I mean? At the end of the year, they'll get like the Texans,
Yeah, they got
I
the
think,
Eagles
and the
the
Chiefs.
Cowboys and the Texans and the Chiefs in a row. So
Right.
it's definitely it's just worked out for them nicely this time around. But they do what they're supposed to do, and they pile up W's when they.
You know, there's
when
some
they're supposed to.
similarities kind of with the Patriots, and they're a great team. No, it's the Patriots have at least earned this. You don't doubt how good they are just because their schedule's been bad.
Yeah.
And Alabama's kind of the same way. Bama has, unlike Bama, not played anyone yet this year. Their first-ranked opponent comes this week, and it's little old Texas A&M, who they will pepper like it's a pregame meal. So, boy, I tell you who might be watching anxiously tonight. Do we just go ahead and give the Yankees the World Series if the Rays win?
No.
No?
There's, listen, I don't want you 6 Rays fans who hate me to say now, but give the Rays credit, man. It's amazing. That's an amazing story. And if they somehow win this game tonight, they are the, smallest payroll in baseball and a manager who understands how to manipulate his bullpen, and there's some grit in there and some guts, and you don't really even have a home field. You don't have a home field advantage. They probably looked up and were like, "What the hell's going on around here? There's people in this cavern today." I think it's a great story. If I didn't have the Huckleberry Hundo down, I wouldn't mind the Rays winning at all. Although it would make the Yankees the favorite, and so as a non-Yankee fan, that wouldn't make me that excited.
I don't think that the Rays have a snowball's chance in hell tonight at Houston.
You wouldn't think.
I don't.
But I'll say this, dude. All the pressure is on Houston, man. And one game,
I don't
anything
feel like
can
they
happen.
feel it though, Hick. I don't sense pressure.
You think LA was feeling the pressure last night?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
big
I
time.
do too.
Yeah, big time. I think the Braves were feeling the pressure. I don't feel like the Astros are feeling the pressure.
Are the Braves feeling the pressure of not having won a postseason series?
I don't think
what's
so.
The pressure?
The pressure is this. That's a locker room that feels like they had a team that could have won it all this year.
Yeah.
They have a really good team. The pitching wasn't good enough.
And
the lineup, went cold, but that happens in the postseason. Your 300 hitters don't hit 300 in the postseason.
Well, you've tried it
all
the other
time.
way with the Hall of Fame pitchers, and you didn't get it.
And we
done.
had good lineups then, too. Don't let them off the hook. We had really good teams then. But that's what if there was pressure in the series that was self-induced, it was probably just the feeling of you better take advantage. It's a really good team. Year to year you get injuries.
You got a young team with a lot of good players, so
we do.
They'll
But
be fine.
Gotta get some pitching, man. I mean, we need Garrett Cole. It's time for Atlanta, who hasn't spent a penny on anything, to go put together a 8-year, $300 million contract and give me an ace, man. Then here's the problem. Other than Soroka, Hick, we got a bunch of 3 and 4 starters. It's just a fact.
Oh, there's no doubt.
You can't win like that if you don't have at least the one guy who's not going to lose. And in hindsight, he should have pitched Soroka game 2. And then we could have used him twice instead of using Fultonavich twice.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So,
I thought he made not as egregious moves as Roberts, but I'll be honest with you. I didn't like what the Cardinal skipper was doing.
No,
a lot
I
of
didn't
times.
either.
I told you, what's he doing? Why is he?
Yeah.
They
did take out Matt Joyce the lineup. He did listen to that at least.
He didn't move Swanson up.
No, didn't move Swanson up.
It didn't matter though.
It didn't matter.
Nothing mattered.
It didn't matter. I honestly,
once that top.
I hate this question. Would you rather lose giving up 10 in the first? No, I don't want to lose at all. But in reality, if they'd have just given up one that inning and then they'd have lost 3-1, it would have been worse. It would have been worse because I'd have watched them leave guys on second base all night long, like they did for the last week. But anyway.
I didn't like the announcer started with the Flaherty-Gibson comparison.
Settle down. The guy's 23 years old.
I mean, I know he's got some potential, and he's
0.6 ERA over like 16 starts.
That's fantastic. But Bob Gibson is Bob Gibson. Okay.
No, I hear you.
Yeah. Bob Gibson once pitched to a 1.12 ERA for a season.
Yeah.
Like Gibson.
I'm just thinking how hard Flaherty must have got hit in the first half. I mean, he's got an ERA of like 2.8.
Yeah.
And that's with a 0.6 for like a ton of starts. Not like 6 starts or 8 starts.
Right.
It's like 15 starts.
Yeah.
Silliness.
Will the Braves re-sign Donaldson?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. It's very, very important. I'd give him 2 years, $60 million right now, and lock him down over there.
Yeah.
They've got some young players that'll come up. Here's what could happen too. Fried could take that next step next year.
Yeah.
These 22, 23, 24-year-old pitchers who you think have sometimes hit a ceiling will surprise you and get even a little bit better. So I'll tell you what else happened too that this always worries me. But when you win and you're ahead and you clinch and you sit guys and you get out of rhythm,
lose the edge a little.
I wonder. I mean, Freeman was kind of hurt, but Freeman, Acuna, none of those guys played down the stretch. Now, Acuna had a pretty good series, but the series was lost because Freeman didn't play like Freeman. I mean, he was terrible with runners in scoring position. He only hit about less than 200 for the entire series, but that error last night was oof.
All right, let's see what's trending on Twitter with Steve Butte.
It's the Tap 5 at 8. Visit brewswithaz.beer.
I don't know why you keep doing this to me, Dan. Be like jumping outside, be like, let's go fight crime with Bruce Wayne.
Number 5.
Number 5, guys. A
yes, sir.
New study from the folks over at alcohol.org. We love them. We love them.
Mm-hmm.
They have a new survey about the states with the highest tolerance for beer.
All right.
In other words, they can drink the most beer without becoming intoxicated, or they just drink the most beer total?
Yes, they have the highest tolerance. How many beers does it take to feel drunk per state? Your highest count belongs...
I would go Wisconsin. I mean, that's all they do up there. Wisconsin or the Dakotas. I mean, there's got to be some outpost somewhere, doesn't it?
Well, head west, young man. Apparently, there's just nothing to do in the great state of Arizona. As according to that, they need 4.04 brews.
Wow.
To get lit, fam. Just edging out Michigan, who's at 4.02. By the way, Wisconsin at a 3.88.
Yeah.
The Sunshine State here apparently were lightweights. Bottom half at 3.54.
Not a big difference here. We're talking about a half a beer between number one.
Everybody's about the
sounds
same.
like 3.5 beers get you toasty. That's what it sounds like from that little survey there.
Apparently, we're pure as the driven snow out in Hawaii, probably because the beer is so expensive, at 2.7.
Or it could be. I mean, there's some variables here. I guess we got a standard. It's the same beer because of the way they make beers now. I mean, this segment brought to you by Brews. Those craft beers.
They say based on typical
pack
beers,
a lot of pop.
4.5% alcohol by volume.
Number 4.
So there you go.
This country is one big lush, man. It shouldn't take you 4 beers to catch a buzz off of 4.5%.
Number 4, guys. Keeping it trucking. Shout out to a good guy. You know, we always hear about guys in pro sports doing something negative or attention seeking. So it's always good when we hear about guys doing nice things. So shout out to D'Angelo Williams, the former NFL running back.
All right.
He's given back. Remember, he had Fred D'Angelo, when he was playing, had that pink hair because he lost his mother to breast cancer.
Yeah.
So
and
part
the
of his
NFL wouldn't let him keep him.
Yeah. So D'Angelo, as part of his ongoing quest against breast cancer through his foundation, he's paying for over 500 mammograms for ladies in Pittsburgh, Memphis, Arkansas, and North Carolina.
Outstanding.
Good for you, D.
Yeah, attaboy.
Number 3.
Well done, B. Thank you
Positive
for giving me
story.
that.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes.
Keeping it rolling, guys. Keeping it trucking.
Number 3.
Always, a source for debate, and what would we be without arguing? The decade's winding to a close, guys. I know you know this. And Dan, your favorite music publication, Pitchfork.
I love Pitchfork.
Has gone ahead and ranked the top 200 albums of the decade.
Yes.
Pitchfork, as you know, Dan, is a widely respected outlet.
You know what?
in music journalism.
I'm going to jump in here for a second, Beef.
Number 1, Bruce Springsteen.
By the way, the
Going
text
with the
line
Horse.
said clearly that beer pole didn't make it to the west side.
It leaves a sixer just to get started.
I'm not sure I could get 10 of the top 200 albums.
Dan, I'm looking at the list,
decade.
and I'm going to go out on a line here and say, Dan, you wouldn't get one of the top 10 albums of the decade according to Pitchfork.
What about Tay-Tay?
Tater does not make it.
What about Ariana Grande?
Grande does not make it.
Do they do albums?
All right,
I thought we
I'm
just
out.
drop tracks now.
They do. They do put out records, albums.
What about
go country? Think country, Hick.
What
Gotta go
about
country.
No, Pitchfork is not a country album.
What about Kendrick Lamar?
He does crack the list, Dan. Kendrick cracks the list at number 4. 2015's To Pimp a Butterfly.
Here we go.
Shout out Marcel, be proud of me.
I mean, this guy's so bad. Adele has got to be on there.
She is not. Not on the top 10.
See?
Your top 10 albums, 2.
I told you.
2 are from one artist.
Yeah.
Let's count it down. Number 10.
What about Rihanna?
What about Beyonce?
She is on the list. Number 10, you know him, you love him, Frank Ocean.
Frankie O.
Frankie O.
That's my fave.
Number 9, D'Angelo.
D-Lo.
His 2014 album, Black Messiah.
I think D-Lo and Frankie O ought to collaborate.
At number 8,
Be a
who
lot of
could
Owen.
forget Robin's 2010 album, Body Talk.
Body
Robin?
talk. Let me hear my body talk.
That's not it.
Yes,
no.
that's
My
the one.
body talk.
No.
Let me hear my body talk.
Everyone's favorite Vampire Weekend album, Modern Vampires of the City, from 2013.
We're in the city. The vamps are biting.
Number 6, Solange.
Solange,
A Seat at the
actually.
Table.
It's Solange.
Is that
Solange
Beyonce's
chair.
sister?
Yes.
Number 5, it's Fiona Apple's very long titled album from 2012. As Dan, as you said, Kendrick
Fiona
Lamar,
Apple,
number 4.
whose cousin
Eli
Hetty
is coming to
Strawberry is outstanding.
Her cousin Eli's coming to town with the Saints.
Eddie Strawberry?
Eli Apple.
How does Eddie relate to Fiona?
It's the Fruit Fam.
Eddie?
What up,
family.
Fruit Fam? Now your top 3
Well, I
guys,
get
the elite.
strawberry,
The elite
but
of the
Eddie?
elite, guys. Your top
That's not
3.
even a name.
2013's Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Number 2, Dan.
Beehive. I'm
What
a
about
Beehive.
Drake? What about Drake? I call Drake.
He's not on it.
Yeah.
Number 2, Dan, your favorite
Uh-huh.
of all his albums.
Yes.
2010's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy from your guy, Ye.
Yay!
What about
Connie.
Biebs? What about
you know,
Bieber?
You know who
And-
Ye and Yanni should collaborate?
No, and number 1, your only artist who appears
that'd be-
twice on the list. Dan, you know him, you love him.
Yeah.
Frankie Ocean.
Frankie O!
Frankie O's
His
back.
2016 album, Blonde.
Can I get a Frankie O song that I've heard, please?
Blonde.
Good luck.
Number 2.
Don't find me one.
She's
I'm working on
blonde,
it. Yeah, I know.
blonde, blonde, blonde. She's blonde, 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 blonde.
You're like if these bands got Tourette's. That's
Ah,
what they would. They would just scream the same word over.
Is
that Frankie O?
There
you go.
I'm blonde. No, that's not it.
Number 2.
I just want to hear some Frankie O. It's all I want.
I'm
in
working
life
on
right
it.
now.
Efforting. Number 2 right now. Maybe, one of the greatest accomplishments in the history, certainly of this show.
Yes.
And
Oh.
maybe in Jacksonville
So many.
sports
How do you
media
rank
in
'em?
general. As Dan said, maybe the pinnacle crowning achievement of his career is Minshew Mania crests
Thank you.
the national wave. ESPN with a direct quote.
Did they
from
know?
one
Did you know you were
Dan
being
Hicken.
quoted, or they just like ripped that off of one of your scripts or something?
Thank you very much.
Dan got a call from his old friend Sam Borden.
Sam Borden called me.
Rang him up from a villa in France.
Did a wonderful article. But
Borden's working for ESPN, huh?
listen, there are a lot of momentous occasions in the media mogul's career.
Making Sam
when I
Borden's
show up,
column is doing
when
it
I
for
show
you?
up in the pamphlet, huge
I think you
picture.
used to call
I mean-
him Lizzie Borden. if
I mean,
remember
ESPN's
correctly.
Instagram account tweeted
Yes.
posted a photo of Gardner Minshew.
Yes.
And underneath it says, Dan Hicken, a longtime sports anchor and radio host in Jacksonville.
Thank you,
I'm
baby.
Gardner Minshew. Quote, look at him. He's
loves it.
basically the guy that 95%
best part.
of Jacksonville wants to go drink a beer with.
Thank you very much. The best
You
part.
did
it. Thank you.
Wait till he makes it in the media guide.
The
We'll have a
best
parade
part.
around here.
The best part was all the congratulations sent to me and my wife for making.
This is it, man.
For making ESPN.
You hit the
I
mountaintop.
saw that. I never thought to send congratulations
I
at
was
all.
disappointed in you, but
Wow.
that's okay.
It's gravy from here, Dan. How's
that's-
money?
There's
big a
nothing else
deal.
I can do.
You've done it.
Yeah.
How about
you've
writing
rode
an
the wave
article
and
for
you've-
ESPN? Would that be better?
You've reached the pinnacle of Mount Olympus.
What else do I do?
You're frankly a god walking amongst men.
Let's
at this
call-
point.
you, Fred.
I want to call ESPN and see what Pro Football Focus has to say.
Thank
Number
you so much.
1.
And lastly, number 1, Jeff, I will
A little
allow.
disappointed, by the way. That's number 2, though.
I will allow Atlanta weather girl Ella Dorsey, who I think describes it as well as any of us who call ourselves Braves fans could.
Check out the satellite loop over the last 6 hours. The clouds disappeared today almost as fast as the Braves postseason. And every Atlanta sports fan's dreams.
Honey,
Summed
how
up
old
well.
are you?
Yeah, she hasn't been through it, Jeff.
How old is this girl?
I don't know how old Ella Dorsey is. She's a
I'm
certified
driving home last
meteorologist.
night. I
for
had to save you.
CBS 46
The
up there.
guys on the night show were trying to say that you bought your way into whatever that banquet was last night, that you had to pay to get nominated. I don't even know what they were talking about, but I said, I promise you, Hick didn't pay $2,500 to be a finalist for anything.
For what now?
Whatever was last night was her
he did.
best of something.
Oh, he did.
There's like 15 different, I don't know which one. I
The
don't know.
BOJ.
There's one last night.
The BOJ. Was that the Times Union one?
Is that what it is?
The BOJ?
Is that the one that you got eliminated on, Beaver?
Okay, so
I was like to
anyway,
say, I'm
I'm
a runner-up.
driving in last night.
Others
and,
receiving votes.
I'm driving in last night, and I hear Denny and James. They're talking about somehow they got to talking about. Well, what they really said was, this was interesting, trending in fact. Tebow won favorite local celebrity. Well,
If Minshew were up for
yeah,
it now.
all the voting went on before Minshew. So
Yeah.
literally, the people at the banquet, started a Minshew chant as they I doubt Tim was there, but as they awarded the favorite local celebrity. Safe to say, if they had the same poll in 6 weeks, it would be Minshew as the local celebrity. But so I had to tell them that you indeed did not pay to be a finalist. They voted you that way, and then I had to give our boy Jerome James LaSelva a talking to. I mean, he's trying to share pain with me about the Braves. Listen, Chief, the Braves been nothing but good your whole life. I mean, what are you?
Him and Gibby. Apparently, Frank Frangie. On the program.
I don't know where this is on the the company packet.
I don't know.
This
is what happened. Quid pro quo here. This violation.
This has to be some kind of violation. I mean,
Frank Frangie on his hit afternoon program yesterday
made an offer to Andrew Gibson.
Not offer. He told him he would give him some heroin. As
heroin?
As the game got out of hand in the first. He said, "quote."
He took it there.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He went there.
It wasn't beer or anything like that. It was heroin.
Huh?
This was
straight old smack.
This was right.
Horse. Could you imagine Gibby on heroin? Oh my God!
Friend of the program, Drew Hicken, tweeted out the quote, "Can I buy you some heroin?" Frank Frangie to Andrew Gibson about the Braves game.
That escalated quickly. That escalated
quickly.
Much like the game itself. That's what's trending. Brought to you by Brews with a C. Now Brews with a 3. 3 locations: Atlanta Beach, Bartram, and now open in Riverside. Fantastic facility over there. So go online at brews.beer, and we'll be back with more. In fact, it's time to talk college ball with Riley Skinner. It's the Riley Report. College football this week. Finally got a handful of more interesting games, and we bring this all to you on a Thursday, brought to you by Custom Tree Surgeons. Oh, man, those guys over there are the best, and I'm going to have to call them soon. I mean, pay attention to the trees in your yard. We got big oak trees starting to hang over and onto the house now, so they'll be just doing a little bit of cleanup work for us, but if you have an emergency, weather issues, or anything else, no job too big or small, or for Custom Tree Surgeons, visit them at CustomTreeSurgeons.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Wake up with game day already underway. The 1010XL kickoff show powered by Coastal Equipment and brought to you by Sawyer Gas and Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Live from Tailgaters Parking with Lauren Brooks, Hayes Carline, and Fat Tony. 5 hours before kickoff.
Like a lot of women these days, Mackenzie Tudor knew exactly what she wanted in an engagement ring.
I'm a big fan of Pinterest. I've been studying this for years.
She wanted a pear-shaped diamond in a certain designer setting, but became frustrated quickly when most jewelers just didn't have it.
You can go in a lot of diamond stores and they don't have the pear shape. They may have one option. They may have two if you're lucky.
Then she and her boyfriend Tim found Diamonds Direct, with one of the largest selections of loose diamonds in America in stock every day.
Diamonds Direct had more than dozens of the exact size and shape of diamond that I was looking for.
And because Diamonds Direct carries all the top bridal designer lines, names like Verragio and Simon G, finding the ideal setting was just